Oh, we have returned, folks.
Oh
Returned.
my
Another
God.
Cat Tag, though. This is the MCA. What's it called? Mr. Trey Cooper?
The ringside hangouts.
Oh, yes, boy. What's up, Simon? How you doing?
I've been all right. You know, it feels weird to be back a little bit, especially because we have to take that little bit of a break, a much needed break, I should say, from the product known as World Wrestling Entertainment.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I still gotta be drinking water and shit. Jesus Christ. No, man. Yeah, man, I gotta tell you, I missed a little bit of this show, and then when I came back and I watched a lot of stuff, especially considering the AJ Styles Nick Nakamura match, yeah, I fucking still hate wrestling. I'm sorry, I had to go back to it. Looking in the chat over here, we got Rojo Bear over here saying fuck James Ellsworth. Ronda Rousey is learning quickly. Oh, we'll talk about that. That shit was amazing. She's saying it's too soon for Ronda to win the belt. She needs better heel work, or needs a better heel to work with. Alexa Bliss is perfect for that role. Yeah, man. People were saying too, Roman and Jinder, the match was bad. People were booing the fuck out of it. Weren't they doing the wave?
Yeah, I asked Cedric because Cedric actually went to the show, and I asked him like on Facebook, going, "Hey, I'm pretty sure you guys are doing the rave because this match is garbage, right?" And he responded, "Yeah," and he posted some videos under the comments about what people were doing while this match was going on. So.
Yeah, man. So Roman Reigns once again, another failed experiment with this match and with everything like that too. But yeah, as far as the stuff goes, dude, gotta tell you that first half, even going back and you know reading about it, the shit was fucking terrible. It was awful. I hated the shit. But then when I actually started watching it and then kind of like went with it for the rest of the show, just like what Shark said in the chat over there, it did get better. But yeah, like what Julian said, money in the butt. Cedric was even booing. Yeah, I guess Julian watches videos, and yeah, dude, I was booing. This fucking dude, this shit's too expensive to go over there and watch this fucking wrestling crap, and the shit's bad like this. Especially being Money in the Bank. I mean, this should be action packed and really good fucking booking, very unpredictable stuff. But I mean, starting from the beginning, man, Alexa Bliss winning the Money in the Bank briefcase. I gotta tell you, dude, who is she fucking to get these spots? Like, this is ridiculous. The fans did not want this. I don't think. I mean, I don't know about you, Trey, but.
God, man, I was rooting for Becky for so long. Because, man, she gets screwed over all the time. Becky Lynch needs her moment because she gets screwed up. Like, yeah, she won the SmackDown Women's Championship that one time, but her reign wasn't really that great. And I feel like she needs another chance to prove herself. I didn't want this. I didn't want Alexa Bliss to win and then win the title again later because it just kind of like, why are you guys putting her back on the top? Like, y'all took her off. Were the other people not working? I mean, probably Nia wasn't working, sure, but you've had the storyline going on with Sasha and Bayley. Still, it has not stopped at all. Yeah. and you could give it back to Alexa. It's just like, I just don't know anymore. This is ridiculous.
I mean, you have a plethora of unpredictable talent to win the match. I mean, look at how many girls are in this fucking ring. And how great all of them are, and how half of them have actually won the belt and have been taken seriously as main event fucking competitors. I mean, dude, this would have been a great time to give Lana a chance. You know what I mean? Like, now that she's kind of connected with Aiden English and, you know, Rusev a lot more, this could have been a pretty cool thing. That's not your face. That's the chat. You know, go back to the chat in a little while. But, but with that said, it's like, you know, and Alexa Bliss wasn't even impressive in a match. I mean, she's doing her typical, I put the wrong thing on again. I'm tired. But yeah, it's like, why is she pinning her? You know what I mean? And plus, too, lots of trying to show the ass in the camera a lot tonight, dude. That was one thing that's kind of triggering the fuck out of me. But yeah, man, like, I like Alexa Bliss, honestly. You know, granted her promos need better work and shit, but there was no reason for not only her to win that tonight, but to defeat Nia Jax and to fuck up what Ronda Rousey was doing. This was the time to not have no fuckery going on. What'd you feel about the whole Nia Jax, Ronda Rousey thing?
I will say this. Nia Jax, that is a side of her I haven't seen since NXT. That was great. I love Nia Jax in this match tonight. I was like, finally, the monster Nia is back. Not that bull crap, you know, oh, I'm being bullied, be a star, all that I'm the underdog crap that she was doing. This is what we needed, the monster Nia to make her return. And boy, did she return. And Ronda Rousey, she surprised me in the ring. I'm not going to lie. I enjoyed her in this match a lot. to the point where when Alexa Bliss did interrupt the match, I was very 100% disappointed.
Yeah.
Granted, I'm kind of happy about it in the sense of thinking of, okay, they're not doing that very long term booking with the Money in the Bank, where it's gonna be like a year from now, whatever. Pretty much what they did with the Carmella. So I kind of glad they got out of the way in that sense. But for messing up this match, yeah, I'm disappointed because I actually want to see how it was gonna finish.
Yeah, man. And the thing is, too, is like it would have been nice to kind of get an actual ending for something for once, especially with two people like that. Because the thing is, like at this point, even though I love Nia Jax and I didn't want Ronda Rousey to get the belt so fast, it's like Nia Jax has lost to so many girls that are lesser than Ronda Rousey. It would make sense if she tapped out to Ronda Rousey. That actually would make a little bit of sense. And the fact that that got interrupted for Alexa Bliss, and you know, if you're gonna do like run-ins and stuff like that too, why couldn't Natalya run in and fuck up shit for Ronda Rousey? Because she's jealous or something. That would have been some good storytelling. Because Natalya and Ronda Rousey have been connected for the last month or two. Why didn't they use Natalya for this? You know, you're gonna do Alexa Bliss, so now what? We're gonna get a triple threat match at SummerSlam, or I mean, is Ronda gonna get back at Alexa Bliss because she fucked something up? Like, what's gonna happen now? I mean, granted, there are questions in the air and everything, but I just feel like that wasn't thought very well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And speaking of not thought very well, holy shit, this was not thought well. Braun Strowman being the Money in the Bank. Granted, I can't argue with the decision to do it because Braun Strowman's such a fucking huge monster and it makes sense for him to be at the top of everything. But, like, could it be any more predictable? Even the way they did it, too?
Man, I was really hoping when Kofi was climbing the ladder, holding on to Braun Strowman's neck, that he was going to actually overcome Braun and win it, because that would have been an awesome surprise. But unfortunately, they went with the predictable booking where Braun Strowman was going to pull the briefcase and win. And honestly, I don't know why, because they've already had their match together.
Yeah.
We already seen Braun versus Brock, and Brock beat Braun, so I don't know like what we're getting out of this. But it would have been way more interesting. A Rusev one or Kofi one or whatever. So get a different feud with AJ Styles, because pretty much AJ Styles Shinsuke feud has to be done at this point. And it'd been awesome if a SmackDown superstar would have won to feud with AJ. It just makes no sense, because everybody I think has been in the ring with Brock. That was a Raw championship, so them running the briefcase made no sense to me, including Braun. So it's just okay. He's the Money in the Bank winner. He's going against Brock. What's the point? You already lost against him. Would have made more sense if the SmackDown Superstars won.
Exactly, and yeah, man, it's just all those people have already fought Brock, and Brock's barely on the show, so the Money in the Bank means nothing now, because it's like, yeah, like Money in the Bank, so he's gonna fight the guy who's never there. Yeah, it's stupid, y'all. Like, I'm bummed, because it's like, dude. You're kind of rehabbing Braun Strowman's character, making him kind of a badass again. But it's too late. You fucked up, man. I mean, the guy won the tag team titles with an 11-year-old boy at WrestleMania this year. Like, this is embarrassing. It's terrible. But here we go. Let's bash the trash and rate the great, man. Because I don't think it was, I do think it was Money in the Stank as I put up there as far as these things go. But there was more trash to bash. That Asuka match was pretty trash. I think that was not very good. I think Asuka is starting to give less of a fuck, in my opinion. What do you feel about that?
I'm on the same wavelength as you on that, I guess, because I felt like that match was kind of pretty mediocre. I felt like Carmella is just. I'm just getting sick of her gimmick now with the whole like, oh, I pinned this person even though stuff happened to make this happen thing, and James Ellsworth being back. Oh Lord, like here we go again. And I already know Nick, you have to call me and Hovey got on this. It's not funny now, is it? Huh? And I'm just like, yeah, I get it. It's not funny anymore. I did not want him to come back.
Yeah, and people always say like, "Well, it's entertainment. I'm entertained." I'm like, "Yeah, you're entertained until you're not entertained." Like this is, And one other thing about trash that I had to bash, that last man boring match. Oh my god, dude! Nakamura and AJ Styles. Can we please get off these hype trains? I fucking hate that match so goddamn much, dude. I fucking despise that match. Even still, like they had like some cool bumps and stuff at the end. But still, Nakamura had to do a little blow thing. And then, AJ Styles jumps off the ropes, does his elbow thing and into a table. I was, like, guaranteed that fucking Nakamura was going to get up. I was like, okay, I get up. When he didn't, I was like, oh my god. So you guys just had a typical boring-ass ending? How did that make him stay down for 10 seconds? Like, I don't know why, but that shit was crazy to me. But how do you feel about that match?
I'm just as confused as you are now. I'm gonna be honest with you. Normally I'm on the opposite end of your stuff as well. This match was just kind of not kind of. It was boring. I'm sorry. I love these two a lot, but man, it just their only chemistry to me was that the match they had at Wrestle Kingdom, and then the match they had on SmackDown, because they had a match on SmackDown where that was their best WWE match. But this match right here. Oh Lord, oh Jesus Christ, this was just trash. I'm like, and the fact that was the finish, yeah, no, that just the trash. Probably the worst match of the night to me, in my opinion.
Yeah, and then to be more positive, I mean, do you have any other trash that you would like to bash? By the way, before we move on.
The Bludgeon Brothers, Luke Harper and Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, the pre-show. I didn't really enjoy that match. I'll be honest, and I think it's because it got a little hyped up on social media. WWE's doing that social media booking now, and I've been paying attention to that. And I was kind of liking how it was being booked, but the match overall didn't live up to the hype that they were putting on that. Roman Reigns, Jinder Mahal. I think we said this earlier already, but still, it was trash. And Bob Lashley versus Sami Zayn was 100% trash.
Yeah, man. I'm looking over here in the chat really quick too. Road Bear saying, "Wait, Braun Strowman is still over? Why?" And he's like, "Oh, it wasn't that bad. Come on." He's saying that wasn't that bad, the Nakamura match. I'm sorry, Rojo, but I can't stand that stuff. I will say though, I think it wasn't them that ruined the match. It's the match itself. Last man standing matches are very rarely good. The only matches I felt that were good in essence was John Cena versus Batista and John Cena versus Randy Orton. Man, I can't believe I'm saying John Cena for good matches in the same sense. Yeah, and then obviously The Rock versus Mankind back in the day too. Those were good matches because their styles fit that kind of match. But Nakamura and AJ Styles, they tell so many good stories in the ring with the 1-2-3s, the close, the close pinfalls, the rope break stuff, all that shit. And when these things don't really, they're not involved in the last man standing match. It's like, well, yeah, they're not heavy hitters and they don't really do huge flips or anything. So it's kind of like just boring. I mean, they both kicked each other to death. And I hated that shit. But to rate the great, I gotta tell you, even though we brought up the badness of earlier with the Ronda Rousey, Nia Jax thing, the match itself was great. Ronda Rousey, dude, she's learning her craft so fucking fast, man.
Yep.
I loved it. And I think that Nia Jax did a great job selling it. I mean, she was doing flips and rolls and shit. Every time Ronda Rousey did a move on her, Nia Jax moved like a fucking cruiserweight. Like, she's really an amazing athlete for her size, man.
I 100% agree, man. Like I said, this was a return for Nia, a Nia that I miss seeing, a Nia I've been complaining about seeing for as long as she's been pulling this underdog crap.
Yeah,
I'm so happy to see it, man. And then, like you said, Ronda, yeah, she's honing her craft, man. She's always loved the business for the most part. So I'm glad that she actually is learning and everything. One thing I'll say, she was a little bit more out there, and she did fall off the ring a lot. Yeah. and some of that was kind of cringy and funny and stuff like that. But besides that, yeah, man, she did great tonight. That match is one of my match. That was, I think it's my third match of the night, I would say, because they killed it tonight, man. And I thought to the point, I thought that was the main event when the men, because I got up and everything, and I was like, all right, time for message Nick to send the link. And then next thing you know, the men Money in the Bank match is happening. I'm like, wait, what? That wasn't the main event?
Yeah, and it's funny because like the main event was so predictable. It's like, man, does that even have to be the main event? Like, Ronda Rousey can't just end this off like that? Because, you know what I mean? I didn't give a shit.
Right.
But yeah, another rate the great situation. I went back and looked at some highlights. Seth Rollins versus Elias was pretty good. I mean, God, Seth Rollins is literally the new Shawn Michaels, man. Like, I really do feel like he's fucking incredible. I don't know if you feel the same.
Oh, I do, 100%. Matter of fact, before we even went on break, we brought up that Seth Rollins is pretty much the only reason to watch Monday Night Raw. And even then, Elias, I think this is one of the best matches Elias has had.
Yeah, man, it was really, really cool. I obviously am not gonna bring up too much bad stuff. I didn't like the match with the women or whatever the case may be there. But yeah, like there was another match. I'm trying to look for it right now because I'm looking at YouTube's
Daniel Bryan versus Big Cass.
There we go. That's the one. Yeah, that match was actually really good. I'm loving Big Cass, by the way, dude. I know that people probably don't like him because of the person he is or whatever, but I love fucking Big Cass, and it's so crazy that Daniel Bryan's still here. Like, I mean, it's just I'm still not used to him being back. It's like having Stone Cold be back or something. Like, it's kind of crazy to me. But yeah, no. But Dan,
I think I'm used to him being back because I'm.
Oh, what were you saying? I think we're having a syncing issue.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I said I was happy Daniel Bryan being back because I got mad about him not being in the Money in the Bank match.
Yeah, man. But no, like I said, dude, I love that shit too. And I gotta tell you, I hate the storyline. I hate everything about it. But Sami Zayn really proved himself tonight against Bobby Lashley. I mean, it was a very generic, boring match. But man, like there was parts where he was kind of taking over Bobby Lashley and kicking him on the ground, stomping him, shit like that. You know, it was not the best match, but I was expecting to really hate that. It was pretty good, and I can kind of see Sami Zayn fighting more bigger guys.
Man, like I said, this is one of my worst matches of the night. I just
Oh,
couldn't buy it. The whole feud being the way it was, and the match didn't live up to anything. It was just, to me, it was trash.
yeah. Okay, I see what you're talking about. Here's the main thing. I didn't watch Takeover last night, but did you watch Takeover?
Oh heck yes, I did.
Okay, so what was better, man? I'm giving you the actual official word. Which one was better, Takeover or Money in the Bank?
100% takeover, man. Takeover is amazing, dude. Like, like Velveteen Dream versus Ricochet was probably the match of the night. But second match of the night to me would probably be well. Okay, professional wrestling wise, that's Velveteen Dream versus Ricochet. Overall, Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa, man. That is an old school Attitude Era type feud that you do not see in the WWE
Why are we
nowadays.
still having this match, though, man?
Because they hate each other. That's it. Like this is the second time they've had a match against each other, and they just straight out hate each other, man. Like that was it. Like they said that last match was to be the last match, but Tommaso Ciampa, like he wasn't done. He still wanted to prove, and he wanted to end things where it all started, NXT Chicago. Because if you remember, that's where DIY broke up, and man, like. And I was with you. I think I remember being with you on this, Nick.
Yeah.
'Cause I think we talked about that before. But this match made me want more. I'm gonna be honest with you. This match right here was just so amazingly well done. The storytelling, the callbacks to previous feuds. Heck, they even did an ECW callback with the Tommy Dreamer thing, where Tommy Dreamer used my sign, and then like the sign had a stop sign in it. They even put a callback to that. It was just so freaking
Yeah.
amazing, man. The story in this match is just great, man. I want to see more. I can't wait to see where this feud goes.
One thing I'm curious about too, and you guys tell me what you feel about this. Was this actually a good match between Aleister Black and Lars Sullivan?
I'll be honest, it was mediocre at best. They dropped a lot of moves, even where Aleister Black tried to go for the Black Mass, and it was like the wind made Lars Sullivan fall down, and they had to go for it again a second time. So yeah, to me, that was a mediocre match. I'll say that's like the worst match of the night, only in the sense that yeah, there was a lot of other great stuff before it. Like even Shayna Baszler versus Nikki Cross was a great match to me, and heck, the tag team match with the Undisputed Era and Oni Lauren, and I forget his tag team name, was like an awesome start off to the whole pay per view. Everything about the pay per view was great. Don't get me wrong. It's just yeah, to me, Aleister Black and Lars Sullivan didn't live up to the hype of everything else.
Do you think that this whole thing with Shayna Baszler and Nikki Cross is going to lead to Nikki Cross going to SmackDown with the rest of Sanity, or?
I think so, only because she lost.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's the rule. When you
in the
lose
way
to NXT, you get a promotion.
yeah, and the way it was done, like it was kind of weird because like because the storyline in this match was basically like Shayna Baszler was scaring everybody, but Nikki Cross wasn't scared to the point where Nikki Cross lost by passing out. So it was just so I think that was a good way to probably write her off if they are going to write her off. But personally, I want to see more between Shayna and Nikki because I think they can go actually. And I would say this is Shayna Baszler's best match. I feel like Ronda and Shayna, the four horsewomen of UFC, had their best matches this weekend.
Okay, yeah, so I might go back and actually watch that. I'm actually curious about NXT Takeover because usually, as far as in-ring content, it's the best shit. So, and I actually might go to NXT like in real life. They're actually coming over here at the end of next month, so hopefully I'll be on there one of these days. In the crowd eating fucking chips. But what would you? I mean, because we're gonna get into our ratings right now, but before we even get into our ratings for tonight, what would you rate Takeover?
Takeover gets a 4.5 out of 5.
Okay,
That was a
nice.
near perfect show. Like I said, the match with Aleister Black and Lars Sullivan was probably like the only like spec that messed things up for not being a perfect show. But other than that, this show was just perfect, man.
Man, yeah. Goddamn, I'm gonna check this shit out. But with that said, it's time to talk about tonight. And tonight, I gotta tell you guys, I give this show 2 out of 5. It was a pretty bad show, but the thing is, when you get shows called Money in the Bank, and it has these, this great storyline, or not storyline, but this great gimmick of having ladder matches with 6 to 8 people in there, it's entertaining, man. I love the bumps, I love the spots, I love, everyone hitting the finishers. I like the long entrances where everyone is kind of getting, an equal amount of time to show off their character and then having all these characters intertwined. And once again, I said this with the last pay-per-view, but I love that it's 2 brands on one pay-per-view. This is how you keep a show interesting, because you don't have a bunch of matches that don't fucking matter. Every match somewhat mattered because, it was the biggest feuds going on that got their showcase tonight. And as long as WWE keeps up this whole thing with keeping both brands on here, every pay-per-view might be at the very least a 2 out of 5. And that's where you want to be, I think. In my opinion, I do feel if you have enough variety in the storylines and whatnot, no matter what, even if it's a bad show, at least you didn't bore me in that sense. So yeah, 2 out of 5 for me. But Trey, take it away, sir.
Oh man, okay. I guess I'm with you. 2 out of 5. The both Money in the Bank matches, regardless of how I feel about the winning, they were pretty good. At least in my opinion, they were pretty good. And then what you call it? Nia Jax versus Ronda Rousey. That was the best single match tonight. Like I said, Ronda Rousey is learning, and Nia Jax, I'm so glad that she's back to form. I hope she doesn't go back to being the underdog character tomorrow. I really hope not, because I want to see this more of her doing this. Those are the only good things I can say about the pay-per-view. Most of the stuff was pretty bad, but not bad enough for me to give it lower than a 2. It's the main roster, booking at this point where it wasn't that bad. As a matter of fact, the only thing I would say is that bad was Jinder versus Roman. But other than that, yeah, it's a 2 out of 5. Money in the Bank was not that great.
Money in the Bank, man. Fucking Nakamura, dude. I wish we'd never say that shit again. I'm going to see Money in the Bank. Fucking terrible. But here's the thing, though, Mr. Trey Cooper. What would you not give a 2 out of 5 to?
Oh my God! Okay, I'm actually surprised because I'm gonna say, what I wouldn't not say again.
Oh God, Jesus Christ!
The Monday Night Raw Ringside Hangouts. Yes, join us tomorrow. We are back doing the Monday Night Ringside Hangouts, and we are also back doing the Tuesday Night SmackDown show. So join us on those Ringside Hangouts days, and then of course on Wednesday is the Midweek Chat Attack, as we talk about things in the middle of the week. Friday is the Untitled Gaming Show with Alan, Ganja Guru. I'm a bi-weekly host, and Nick Diaz. Join us there on the Midnight Chat Attack Facebook page.
Speaking of that, Friday, Ganja's not going to be there, so it will be just me and Alan, and Trey, if you want to come in at any time you can. I'm thinking, Trey, we'll probably announce something more tomorrow, because this is all going to be Trey. Trey's actually, for people that don't know, because Trey is just a voice on here, you guys don't know what he does behind the scenes, but he loves playing old school video games like online and shit, and we all MCA crew members go to Trey like he's the fucking master, like, please show us your ways of going online in the old Super Nintendo games. So we're probably going to ask Trey to help us out, and he's probably going to get frustrated because we don't know shit.
Well, I hope things work like they do with the Nintendo 64 emulator online. So hopefully we'll get that together on Friday. Speaking of Friday, in the Facebook page, join us on the Midnight Chat Facebook page. We got awesome stuff going there all the time. And then also the Midnight Chat Attack Amino. Join us on the Midnight Chat Attack Amino. We got the groups talking and everything. We brought the community questions back. You can ask little community questions, and we'll talk about them on the main event on this channel, the Midnight Chat Attack. Join us there on the Midnight Chat Attack, 7:30 CST. We got the After Hours run by Nick Diaz. I'm not going to ask if everything planned yet because it's way ahead of time.
Yeah, we just got done with that last night. Last night was crazy.
And then we turn that clock back around. You get the Monday Night Raw Ringside Hangout. Thanks for joining us tonight, guys. Man, I miss saying that.
You miss saying that this 2 weeks was very long for you, sir?
It kind of was, man. I mean, I got to do a little snippet of my usual sayings on the gaming show, but it's not the same as getting the whole thing out. I miss doing the whole thing.
So with you saying that, you basically just admitted that the Ringside Hangout is a lot better than the gaming show.
I mean, I'm not saying that because I don't want another war between Alan and
Ganja's in the goddamn chat. You better say that shit right now. Fuck you, Ganja. Fucking bitch.
They take things too seriously. Don't do it.
No, man. People, make sure to watch the gaming show too, because I'm talking shit about it, but I'm gonna be host of that, so now I have to pretend the gaming show is like the best thing we have on all of our shit. But by the way, like I actually don't even like the Midnight Chat Tag. The Ringside Hangout on the gaming show, those are the best ones. We're gonna rename this whole channel called Ringside Gaming Untitled. Like, but people, we're gonna be out of here. Gon's gonna yell at us because we talk shit about his thing, his baby. But yeah, God bless America, all the good stuff. Now there's only one thing left to do, Mr. Trey Cooper, as Ganja just said that you betrayed him and Birdman.
Wait, what? No!
You bitch better not betray us.
You guys take things too seriously. Don't listen to Nick.
But with that said, man, 3. And, oh, wait, you know what? Guess what?
What?
I just got rid of my fucking video. I can't even at the intro now. What the fuck's going on? Okay, now here we go.
Okay, I was like, we can still end it the same way.
3, 2, 1, man.
Attack the mother peeper chat. Screw SummerSlam. That's still a horrible pay-per-view. Yeah, I still say screw SummerSlam in the game.
You better apologize for the bank. It was actually 3 out of 5 people.
Oh, happy Father's Day, Nick, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, you're my son. I keep forgetting.